Hi everyone, I'm doing a soul video today, soul guidance video. I want to talk a little bit about the full moon that's going to happen this Sunday, but also I want to bring up the Grand Cross that is going on between May to November. There's several cardinal signs being affected by this, which is the Capricorn, the Aries, Cancer, and Libra. And when it's affecting these cardinal signs, it's also going to affect Pisces, Geminis, Virgos, and Sagittarians. And what does that mean? It means a disruption of some sort, that you're going to have a change that you were not prepared or ready for. We have a full moon in Capricorn, which means, the environment becomes cool and calculating. And then you start becoming more dependent to your emotions. And first of all, around full moons, people are chaotic anyway. And I don't know if you know this, but they staff the hospital more and the policemen more during a full moon because they know that chaotic things happen in a full moon. And so we've got that Grand Cross going on and the full moon, and those cardinal signs being affected, and it being a domino effect with the other signs. So you have to be aware that people aren't used to changes. And I find it ironic because the world is all about changes. The sun is never in the same position ever again. Ever again. So think about that. Or the moon, or, the temperature isn't the exact same temperature every day. There's just changes constantly in our lives that we don't understand, that we as humans are meant to be people that adapt to our environment instead of trying to be creatures of habit. And we as humans like to be creatures of habit. And what's going to happen? Some things are going to surface. Some subconscious emotions are going to come to the surface, and you're going to have to deal with it. And how you deal with it is totally up to you. But my suggestion is always be gentle with yourself. Don't judge your emotions. They're very important. Emotions always get you to your soul, and that's what it's all about. You're trying to get closer and closer to your soul so that you have the life you're meant to have. And life is all about being joyful. And if there is some discontentment that you have in your life, the idea is to understand where that discontentment comes from, and work with it and deal with it. And like I said, be gentle and not judge yourself, okay? So the full moon is this Sunday. And I'm just going to check really quick for the time because I always get the Eastern, July 9th, and it'll be 11:07 Central Daylight Standard Time for us. So that's when the full moon is, and that's AM. So that will be 11:07 PM Central Daylight Standard Time for us on July 8th. So just be aware of that. Okay, so that's Saturday night for us. I pulled a card for today on the Energy Oracle cards. Let's see what it is. I never look at it. 7th Chakra, Archangel Uriel, number 41. So let's see what that has to say. Clarity of thought, personal vision. So this card reverse admonishes you to get clear. You may have been lost in confusion and had unclear or distorted thinking. But even if this state of mental chaos has been going on for quite some time, your lack of personal direction can be turned around. Take off the blinders and widen your perspective. Visualize the life you want to live and the person you want to be, and make that your intention. It's time to break out of the old toxic patterns, whether they be habits of worry, doubt, or self-criticism. It's always time to develop a clearer, healthier vision of how you perceive yourself and what your daily life to look like. Know that you are in charge of making it so. It's so true. Meditate on Metatron's strong presence in your brow center. It's right up here. And see a beautiful indigo light spinning there. Affirm that you are creating a new clarity and sense of direction. You have all the power you need to create a strong personal vision that will guide you on your path. Make that a priority now. Affirmation: my 6th chakra is open to its perfect healthy state. My personal vision guides me and thoughts are peaceful and clear. And that's one thing I think a lot of people judge themselves on choices they've made in the past. And I think, it took you to have more knowledge, and that takes you to have more wisdom. So that the choices that you make again will be better than the choice you made before. And where it says visualize the life you want to live and the person you want to be, and make that your intention. Living an intentional life and knowing that life is all about love, and if you're living that love continuously, you're doing exactly what you're meant to do. You'll never do it wrong if you're doing it out of love. If there's other motives there, then you might want to check what your intentions are. It's time to break out of the old toxic thought patterns. Okay, first of all, I will tell you, if a habit is worrying, there's never a time when worrying has ever served you, and in fact, it'll lower your vibration. I always talk about having your energy on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the best energy you can possibly have, okay? So if you worry, it goes down to a 5 if you're a 10. So just think about that for a minute. Self-criticism. You actually cut yourself off from the divine when you criticize yourself. So you got to think about that. We are divine beings. We are on a journey. Our soul is taking us somewhere. What we do, and yes, we make poor choices a lot of times, but the idea is to learn from the poor choices and move on to something greater and better. Okay? So that's the advice for this week. I'll see you next week. Have a great week.